Well, hello again guys, it's Gregola Productions here, and welcome to the Bachelors on Valentine's Day show. So what have we got here today? Well, since it is a special, it's a holiday today, we've got a sort of interesting thing here for you. Now, I'm going to be working on this today, and this is what it is. First of all, it's a suitcase! No, it's an Electrohome portable record player. Now I've been in here a bit already. I took the actual machine out. This is just the cardboard cabinet. And here's the turntable with the 45 RPM adapter and no mat. So that's going to be fun to deal with. And I paid $10 for this. And I was out getting a lot of records, and this guy had these two portables. I did get the other portable as well. It's a lot later than this, but still. And I'll do a video on the other portable here soon too. We've sort of got a Valentine's Day color scheme going on there by the red and white. And yeah, so the cardboard cabinet isn't in terrible shape here. I mean, it has been used a bit, but we're not doing too bad with that. So I did clean that. And yeah, we're not doing too bad with the cabinet. So here's the actual machine, and you're wondering, Greg, why did you take this one apart? Well, the drive mechanism needs to be cleaned and lubricated. We got the drive mechanism apart, but it's more complicated than that. So yes, the drive mechanism needs to be cleaned and lubricated. And as I was doing this, or as I was taking things apart, I realized something. The rubber grommets that hold the motor I want to say this is the chassis. This whole screwed on section here, but I may be wrong. I want to say that's the chassis, but I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, the rubber grommets were gone, and they're supposed to support the motor. And I'm moving the motor around now. And it's supposed to be sitting more like this. But instead, since the grommets just completely solidified, here's the last grommet, which I was able to somewhat salvage off this. I mean, this is unsalvageable, but this one was still in place. So it's like this. Now we're gonna focus. Apparently not. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea. So I go on Home Depot's website, great place to start looking for grommets, and I find this size here, and I went to Home Depot, I actually got these, and these grommets are relatively the same size. And why is it such a big deal that the grommets need to be the same size? Well, the idler wheel, which is over here, and I'm not going to flip it over because there's a spacer on there. The idler wheel needs to be sitting in the exact right spot on this motor arbor, and as you can see, there's different how should I say, almost different levels of this thing. So there's a better look, and yeah. There's different levels to this. So there's no point in really repairing anything or cleaning anything up if I know that I don't even have the right grommets for this thing and it won't work properly. It won't go the right speed because the idler wheel isn't interacting with this quite right. Where did Greg learn all this information? Well, links in the description. If you don't want to see Greg fumble around, go watch Radio TV Phono Nut. He's the guy who basically... Well, he works on machines like this and older machines and whatnot. I think this one's about 55, but anyway. He works on record players on YouTube, links in description. And you can go check him out. He's a lot more experienced at this than I am. So, without further ado, let's do it. So yes, viewers, this is my first time doing it, and I can't tell if that says 55, 65, or 45. I think there's two numbers actually stamped on this, like two numbers stamped over each other. So whatever you want to call that, I don't know what year this is. I do know the guy who got it though, I know the original owner. And he said this one, he made it sound like the cartridge would still works because he said this thing used to blare. He had it at a family reunion, apparently, and he had it playing records. But yeah, this thing took... him and his sister, I want to say. I don't know. It took him, and this was his, well, it's not really a kiddie phonograph. It's a portable. It took him through the Beatles era, like the 50s all the way through the Beatles era. And I think it might have been not used anymore in the mid-70s. That sounds about right to me. So yeah, that's the backstory, I guess. And he did use it a lot, by judging by that cabinet and judging by just the way this thing is. Upon turning this thing on, the motor immediately started to scream because there was no lubrication. There was a little bit of sound, but I didn't get a lot because the tube wasn't heated up. And I had it on for, oh, I don't know, all of 20 seconds, which I think it takes a bit longer than 20 seconds for these to properly heat up and start giving the right amounts of sound, or the right volume. So there was a little bit of something coming out of the cartridge. I don't know. We may have to replace it. We might not. But I'm interested in doing this as cheaply as possible, as everyone is. And now let's start putting this back together so we can see how the idler wheel interacts. Actually, maybe I should put the grommets in here first. Let's do that. The way this is, let's probably zoom in. There we are. The way this is. So there's a screw. Where is it? It goes right over here on the other side, and see that there? That's the part of the motor chassis, and it's got threads there, so the screw goes there. And we're gonna put the grommet. As I said, this is more of a test fit than anything else. We're gonna put the grommet on, like, well, you can't see what the heck I'm doing, viewers. We basically put the grommet on like this, and we got a spacer washer here, and that little piece of brass which is popped right off, and I don't know what it's for. I think it's more for spacing as well. And as I said earlier, I'm pretty sure if you, and that just came off. As I said earlier, I don't think these work right if the idler wheel's not sitting at the right position. I think you're kind of hooped here. And I don't know if these Home Depot grommets are even going to work. I guess we'll see. I don't know what we're going to get out of these. Try our best and see how in the heck it goes. And if this doesn't fit right, well then, I don't know, I guess we're just leaving it. The portable. There we go, now we're going in more. Oh! Is that, I don't know if that's tight enough. I really shouldn't be using a screwdriver like that. I should get something bigger. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing, viewers. I hope so. There we go. That grommet is on there. And, okay, now the other ones, the other two, there's one right, or there's two here. There's one right over here as well, right back there. And those two are attached to the motor as well. So that's going to be fun. And what I mean by this is if we flip the entire thing over, those, oh, how am I going to do this? I'm going to adjust this. Those two screws go right, whoops. Professional camera work here with Gregola Productions. This is the end of one screw, and I'm pretty sure this is the end of the other screw. So so this obviously has to come off, and this is part of the motor here. And we're gonna take this and make sure, oh, look at this, there's more little components here, there's more paraphernalia here. Make sure when you're doing this, and I haven't done it, I'm gonna put this back on for a second, oh, I guess there they come, is make sure you have plenty of parts containers around. And I just made that mistake. So, and yes, viewers, in case you wanted to, we'll have a look at the amplifier here in a minute. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we got more containers. And the motor is just coming right off of here. As you can see, it's kind of, yeah, it's coming out. So we're gonna put all our little motor things in here. So we're gonna put that nut in here, and we're gonna put that other, what I assume to be some sort of spacer washer in here too. So that all came in there, and I'm gonna put that off to the side. And now that we've actually got our containers here, I can now take this other screw off, if I can position this thing correctly. Yes, viewers, I have this thing, oh geez. I have this thing sitting on the famous Little Caesars marinara containers. They're all, yes, this thing is being positioned on them to stand up straight, or to stand up and not touch the ground. And which one was that? Was that this one? Okay, gotta zoom in, Greg. Yes, this is a somewhat finicky job here, viewers. And the motor is just gonna come right apart, I think. Right out from under us. And there's that little brass piece there from the other one. Holy, that's a long screw. That's a long john right there, viewers. And we'll take this piece of brass out. And the goal is, I don't know what's going on the bottom here because I can't see what the heck's going on. But it's just to get the grommet in and get out. So we're gonna put the grommet on now. Whoops. We're gonna put the grommet on the long john. And we're gonna put it back together, viewers. Okay, let's get this on here. So now we gotta put this through here. This goes through here. Great work, viewers. Great work, Greg. Okay, okay. And we'll put the other. Whoops, I don't want that coming off. As I said, viewers, finicky work here sometimes. We're gonna hold that up there, and we're gonna put this. We're gonna dump our pieces out. I'm sorry you can't see what the heck I'm doing because I'm having to hold the motor here together, or at least part of it to get. Oh, jeez, come on. Gotta put this on. And we're gonna screw this on. And I've just thought on a side note here, I mean, I'd be completely wasting all of your guys' time if this didn't work. These new grommets. So we're gonna see, I don't know, I'll experiment with this thing even when it's all finished. Oops. And we'll, oh, what the heck are you saying, Greg? We'll experiment to see if it'll work if it's not lined up, but I don't think we're gonna have great chances of that. Okay, so now there's the other grommet on. We got 2 grommets on. We gotta put 1 more on. And there's this is part of this speed changer mechanism here. Whoops. And if it doesn't work, I think Voice of Music might have something for me, or maybe this is some irregular size of grommet. I don't know. I don't know what the regular sizes of grommets are, so. Oh boy, this is just a great spot. Okay, let's move the speed over here. I don't know if anyone noticed, but this thing actually can run at 16 RPM. Fun fact. So with that in mind, continue. So now we'll do the same thing as last time. We gotta get this other nut off the bottom of the motor here. And can I film this at some other position? Yes, viewers, we'll look at the actual underside of this when we're done with this little mess here. And where's my container? Oh yes, here it is. Put that nut in there. Take this washer, get a great look at my hand, viewers. And this does something here. Or maybe this other thing. I'm hoping the plastic won't just break on me as I'm just doing this. Because of the way I'm holding it. Here, we'll hold it more secure. Okay, let's try and unscrew it from the top now. Just as I position my camera at a great spot. There we go. We're being very, yeah. I mean, this isn't a I don't think this was I don't know, how should I put it? The Electrohome people would just kind of, if they had to ever replace the grommets on their own machine. Well, if someone took it to the dealer or whatever, the dealer, probably Sears. If I knew what I was saying, that'd be great. What we're just gonna end that there, I think, viewers. What I'm saying is people at the factory would probably just pop it in there. I don't know, maybe they're obviously more skilled than I am. I'll pull that long john out. Where is it? Where can we put this? So put it right. Where can I put that? That's something you shouldn't be saying, viewers. You always gotta know where to put your parts in. I think that washer on the bottom is just staying on. Yeah, I've just looked on the underside of this. Or I've looked on the other side of the motor, and that washer that we couldn't, or that little spacer or whatever the heck you want to call it, that thing's just staying on there. So we're gonna leave that on there because, as I said, this isn't a disassembly right now. We're just testing grommets to see if it'll even fit right. Oh, this is just great. I don't even know what to call this video because what do you call, what does one call this when they're done it and they say, okay, great video guys. What do I call this nonsense? Grommet repair on a Electrohome 1950s phonograph. There we go. All the grommets are almost in. And just so you know, I'm not stupid, viewers. Yes, I know the thing has to be cleaned and lubricated. But it's not, as I said, there's no point in doing that if the grommets aren't even aligned correctly. And I don't even know if I'm even showing that on camera. I guess I'm not. And while we're down here, we're gonna get this nut in place. We're gonna get that nut in. In you go, nut. There you go, nut. The nut is in. I would start placing bets right now, viewers, as to if the idler wheel is gonna line up or not. Okay. The motor is secure. Now let's treat you all with looking at the underside of this. Okay, well there's the motor. There's the bottom of one of the grommets, the speaker, and the amplifier with the original capacitors on there. Now I don't know if it'd be a good idea to recap this, but the thing with that is I don't know what the heck you'd replace them with. I mean, you replace them with other capacitors, but I don't know what the heck I don't know what sort of capacitors you'd use at this current state in my life. I don't know what you'd use for that. And now, hold on, viewers. I mean, if the electronics here work fine, if all these paper capacitors here work fine, and yes, I know, I think that's a resistor right there. Electronics are not my speciality, so if all of this works fine, then I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know what the point is in replacing it if it's gonna work. And there's the, what is this, that rusted box looking thing? I don't know, that might be problematic. That rusted looking thing there. Hold on, viewers. Looking at all of this a little bit closer now, I think that's a transformer. But why are we leaking? That's interesting. Why are we leaking some sort of substance out of this? And how is this transformer wired up? Okay, well there's the wiring there. It goes all the way, or it comes in here. And oh boy, that's a little hard to look at. And goes back around. I think it goes in this capacitor here. I think it goes in there. I don't know. But yeah, that's a little, I don't know what the heck's going on here, viewers, but with that transformer. I want to say that's the transformer, but I don't know for sure. And the Admiral tube, which I'm pretty sure is still usable. We don't need to put a new tube in this yet. So yeah, viewers, there's the amplifier and the questionable looking transformer, I think. And I think that's wet. I think that's glistening wet. So I don't know what we're gonna. I don't know what's gonna be happening with that, viewers. That may have to be replaced. I don't know. Tell me, Greg, what do you know about this stuff? I watched a bunch of videos from Radio, TV, Phono, so that makes me an expert, right? Yeah, this is not an expert repair by any means. And I probably will have to go on Voice of Music or wherever the heck it is to get replacement grommets for this one. And if I can get, okay, I think how this goes on now. I believe the idler wheel sits on this fork here. So we're gonna turn this thing around. I don't know where in the heck this thing goes. It doesn't go here, does it? Oh no, it does go on this thing. this is where it sits. Okay. I got the, and I didn't take the spring off this thing, as you can see, viewers. The spring is still sitting there. So now we'll put this thing on. I know, right? A lot of this thing and that thing. We're obviously experts over here, so don't question anything I do. Oh, yes, viewers. The Bachelor's on Valentine's Day show is just going great, isn't it? And I think that may be upside down. Let me look at my previous pictures I've taken of this thing. Okay, so that was on upside down. Now we've corrected that, so that's great. Get this spring on. And we'll get this clip on here, and we'll put the clip you can't see because I'm not showing it. The clip you are about to have a look at, well, this thing, whatever this is, I think this is some sort of washer. This thing here that you can't see because I'm completely blocking the camera, and on we go. There we go. That right there. It's not too complicated. There's some sort of washer there, and there's a clip there. And there's different types of clips, I know. There's E-clips and Eclipse Graphenolas and 20 different, yeah, there's all sorts of clips, viewers. No shortage of clips, believe me. And here's another interesting thing for you. The idler wheel comes with all these spacer washers. And it has one on the top. So could this potentially mean that Electrohome was giving you the opportunity to change how your idler wheel sat? So what I'm saying is, viewers, you can basically adjust it for yourself. And I think these went on over here. Actually, hold on. Let's test this speed mechanism out here first. Oh, great! It's stuck already. That's nice. Okay, we're not. Oh. Are we going? What are we doing here, mechanism? Why are we sitting out like this? I don't know if that's how it was sitting before. I don't know. Okay, why are we so stiff here? I don't know if that's because of the lack of lubrication or what. I think it's supposed to. I think it's because we're missing an idler wheel. I think that's the problem here, viewers. That does not look quite right. Why are we spinning all the way around, viewers? Oh boy, the fun doesn't end here, does it? Okay, we're gonna put it on like that for now, and we'll see what the heck we're getting. And I see this isn't sitting straight either, so that's great. And yeah, the goal of this is to get... Oh, are we stuck? Okay, I think it's because there's no idler wheel on this. I think that's what's screwing us up here, viewers. Okay, so we're going to put our spacers on now. And get our various spacer washers on here. No lubrication, of course, because that's how we do things. And yeah, let's hope Electrohome was giving us a bit of freedom with our idler wheel here, because maybe... just maybe, and yeah, just maybe we'll be able to adjust this in a different way. And holy crap, guys. What is Greg doing? I don't know. I think this thing actually well, for crying out loud. Okay, viewers, Greg was being a slight idiot there, and yeah, we recovered all the washers. And how does this go on, viewers? How does this magical contraption here operate? Well, if we look at this, you can see that there's knots in this thing. Well, yeah, this. There's sort of edges in this thing. Or there's sort of, how would you say? I don't know what you'd call those, little edges? Or I don't know what the heck you do. You put them on the fork. Like so. Whoa, viewers! That's pretty good. Okay, now we'll put this on. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? There we go. You can't even see what the heck's going on. There we go, viewers. Perfect. That's how it's supposed to go. And we'll put the spring back on. We'll do this again for your viewing pleasure here. and then we'll put the idler wheel on. So yes, viewers, it always helps to take pictures and video of how these little mechanisms work, because I completely forgot, and I didn't even think about those little edges in here, and I know what this is fiddly here, so you're trying to get the clip on. There we go. There we go, that looks more right to me, and it sounds more right, doesn't it? It's not lubricated, so that's why it's super loud. And okay, so we're gonna, okay, let's try the washers now. Let's do this all again here, viewers. And hopefully we do it right, and hopefully this stuff lines up. If it doesn't line up, then we may be messing with the washers a bit. Or Home Depot had a bunch of washers and things there. They had a whole parts department, and I didn't say that. That's where the grommets came from. You don't just find them on the shelf. You find them in a whole... There's basically a big plastic container full of drawers that spins around, and the grommets were in a little bin in one of those many containers. And we're going to get this out of the way. Holy crap. There we go. Okay, well, looking at this right here, the first, hopefully, I don't know if you can see that, the idler wheel is sitting flush with this thing here, with that motor, or with that part of the arbor. And we're going to put the clip on. And we're going to get, hold on, viewers. We're going to get the clip on. And this may actually, this may actually not work because the clip's now missing. No. I can see where it is. It's back there. I'm gonna go get a pair of pliers to get that. So now with the clip installed, we can now see just how we're going here. Holy schmuckarooza, viewers, I think it actually works. Check this out. I'm actually quite shocked to see that this is actually working here. And lots of, it's a proud moment, viewer. Well, we don't know if it's working yet because we haven't tested this. But, I mean, this is looking pretty close. You know, it doesn't have to be perfectly exact, but it has to be on each little space there. And as you can see, this space here and this tire are lined up. So that's great. So yeah, this is, lots of 78 RPM record players have, well, as you can see, this is multiple speeds. Lots of players from this era that I'm finding have this sort of drive mechanism inside. And if we turn it up to, now it's sitting at 45 RPM, we can now see that this, where in the heck are we filming? This here and this are lined up. Oops, I'll turn that. Actually, you can't really see, but they are lined up looking at it from this perspective. So the grommets, shockingly, work for this. And these are just Home Depot grommets. These aren't anything off of the Voice of Music. That could be a little tighter. Like, actually, no, I guess it doesn't have to be, because this is coming right back apart again, viewers. So now that we've gotten this together, and now that the grommets, like, they actually fit, which is quite shocking, and I did buy 2 sets of grommets here, and there's this other thicker one. I have absolutely no idea. I might just return these and get my $3 back, or whatever it was. I'm gonna put these back in here. Or maybe not, I don't know, I might use them for something. But as you can see, you get, with the Home Depot, you get these bags. Oh, hold on, viewers. You get these bags, and you write the part number down, and you write the quantity of the part number. There's the bin numbers. I can't remember which bin number's which. But yeah, it comes with, it's a big rotating plastic container full of pieces and parts. There's various washers. There's all sorts of crazy little things in there. And I was looking in there, oh, I don't know, for at least 15, 20 minutes at all the different little pieces in there. There were E-clips and clips like this. There were all sorts of clips in there. No shortage of clips. And, yeah, now I'm just going on because I'm excited. So, yeah, viewers, now that this is all sorted out, we can now do a proper series on this and hopefully get this thing running again.
So I thank you for sitting through that, viewers, and enjoying my ramblings and seeing what was going on with grommets and other interesting things. And yeah, I thank you, viewers, and I hope you stick. Well, I hope you stick, and I hope you tune into the next one of these. And I don't know if we're going to be uploading all these parts today because I'm going to continue filming. I know so far I've filmed about almost 30 minutes of film, and that's going to be way too long for a video. Well, it's going to be, it's going to be, I don't like doing hour videos that are an hour or whatever. So I might just keep going with this and just continually film until I eventually stop. So anyway, viewers, thank you for tuning into this, and yeah, I hope you tune into the next one.